This program is brought to you through the kind support of the Friends of That's What She Said. Support BCTV by visiting bctv.org/support.
It used to be great, now it's not so great, but it's still pretty great. Reading. It used to have lights, then it didn't have lights. New with LED lights. Pagoda. Did they really say that? They did not say that. Yeah, they did say that. That's what she said.
Well, good evening and welcome to That's What She Said in our new happy studio. It's quite a little thing here, getting it all in. And sorry, I'm playing with my Twitter here, which is a good time to remind you that you can tweet us at @she tweets to me, or call us live. Are we able to take calls? Yes. Oh, happy day. We're able to take calls at 610-378-0426. We are excited to have this first live show. Now, I will say that if you missed the last two shows, which would be September and August, we did do new episodes, so you can, if you missed them because you didn't think they would be live and new, you can go to bctv.org and search in the archives, and you can see those exciting shows, because they were fun.
They were fun.
They were. Why do I keep closing my phone? I will never know if we have tweets if I keep closing my phone. Anyway, let me put that there. Yeah, keep the tweets open.
Keep the tweets open.
Tweet us. I'd also like to say, here we are in the studio with our lovely Sheila.
Me.
Who is crocheting tonight.
Tonight I am crocheting.
She doesn't know what it's going to be, but we'll find out.
We'll find out by the end of the show.
Your sweater.
It's sparkly, it's purple,
Sparkly?
right?
What could be bad?
And of course. All right. Enough about the fabric. And of course we have Martha.
Hi. Sparkly and purple. What could be bad about that?
Right?
There you go. And subbing in for Nicole, who is somewhere in the Midwest tonight, is our good friend Corinne.
Yay.
Welcome back. It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you
You
for
too, as well.
Thank you for jumping in here.
I love your boots. I just noticed those.
Thank you.
Aren't they
I mean,
fabulous?
how can you not
I
sport a
needed
pair of rain
those.
boots on a
I
day
do
like
too.
today?
I wish I had them because my feet are really squishy and wet. They're horrible.
I was staying above the water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you
were.
can wear what
Those are
jeans wear.
fierce.
I don't
I'm
know.
just going to be barefoot in a
And tonight we have a lovely repas supplied by Martha. As always, we had some shaken champagne.
We don't have good luck with champagne
We had a
here.
slight champagne tragedy as the bottle flew from her hands before she even was drinking. So we're carrying this autumnal theme and crackers and upside down. No, there's one that's upside down. On it.
It's sort of an
He has
individual type
attitude.
cookie.
And thank you, Nicole, for preemptively supplying the
Gorgeous pumpkins.
the gorgeous
Thank you.
pumpkins and baskets. As you'll see, there's some art around here, but we'll talk about that later. Now, I do want to send out a very special congratulations to our regular viewer, Jason, who recently was married to the man of his dreams, and we wish you the best and congratulations.
Yay.
That's
Wishes,
wonderful,
Jason.
indeed.
Yay.
And now, on that news, what did I do with my drink? Here. I need a drink before.
Actually didn't.
Oh, we didn't.
Cheers.
We should
Cheers.
toast the new
Yeah.
studio.
Here
Here we
are.
go.
Toast.
Yeah.
Yay. Chin chin.
Chin chin indeed.
This is good.
Congratulations
tasty.
to the new
Not quite
Yes,
so
new
bad.
studio, new,
I like
new
it.
nuptials, all. Congratulations.
Cheap and lost.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yep.
Now that we've had a bit to drink, I want to talk about, well, everybody's talking about it, so we must talk about it. Ebola.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I had a little cough the other day, and I thought, immediately, of course. Then I realized that I had been nowhere near Africa, nor anyone else who had been. So I thought, well, I'd probably say if it's just the flu, and it was the flu, and it was horrible because there's a lot of that going around. So wash your hands frequently. You can tell us about how to protect yourself, can't you?
Yes, washing hands is huge. That's really a big deal. Even though this is actually a disease or an illness that's through contact. So
It's not airborne?
No, not
Okay.
airborne. So that's
But that
you know,
rumor's
touching
stirring around that it's airborne now.
Yeah, well, it's actually better that it's probably not, because that's
Yeah.
when it really gets scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so keep your hands clean. That's huge. That's important. That's like the number one thing we promote at work. Hand washing.
Everybody gets hand sanitizer
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Dude.
Happy birthday twice through, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
what
or
they
like
that
row,
how it
row,
is?
row your boat.
say? Right.
Oh my,
The
twice
alphabet.
through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
whatever.
has
enough.
time for that?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I have,
I'm doing it.
Do it.
Because I was really sick for like a month now.
Never
You know, these
hurts.
last 2 months that we didn't film live.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God, because I had no voice. None at all. I still don't really have a voice.
yes, if you check out the archive, she's dubbed. She went back on a good day and she lip synced all of everything she said.
Have a
It was
voiceover.
amazing. So, are we? Well, yes, you work in a hospital. Are we in danger of suddenly coming down with an epidemic of Ebola?
You know, every day I learn a little bit more from my coworkers, which is so amazing about my job. Everyone is so smart in what they do, and I think it's just as easy for us to catch as anything else that's out there, you know. And it's just like the neurovirus. It's just like swine flu.
Any
You know, we have
virus.
these epidemics, and it really scares everybody. But in reality, it's not any scarier or any worse than anything else
They
that
seem
goes
to
around.
get things under control.
Yeah, eventually, and you know, I'm not going to act like I'm a professional on this topic, but you know,
Yeah.
I
Martha!
think if you do the smart
I'm
thing,
trying to
You're all right,
heal,
you're
Martha. Still trying to get better.
Do we need to take your temperature?
No, I'm really not.
Ebola, now I have it.
Really bad
Oh.
allergies.
But I think with this whole, we can protect our country against Ebola, was just a ridiculous thing. And anybody saying,
No.
Obama's bad for not keeping Ebola away, it's like ridiculous. How
How
can
did he have
in this-
anything to do
in
with
this
that?
How is he
well,
gonna do it? Yeah,
Opinion not productive.
Indeed.
yeah,
In this society where everyone is moving
Disease.
about the
The
globe,
president did not drop this here. No matter what
yeah.
you think of the president, he did not do
things are
this.
going to come up. Things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And
I
we're going
read something today that made sense, and it was, you know, parents worrying about how we're going to protect our children from Ebola. And this columnist said, he quoted a doctor, said, look, maybe you can't, but let's protect our children against the things that we know we can. Get them vaccinated. Because that's becoming a major issue with
Yeah.
parents who decided that vaccination isn't
They
a good
think
thing.
it causes autism. I think,
Exactly,
or
and there's
something
no
like that.
proof, and they've absolutely negated that.
Yeah.
They have absolutely negated that. They said, get your kids vaccinated and teach them to wash their hands. And you know, those are the things that we can do something about that we haven't been particularly vigilant about.
Yeah.
and I think it's important for people to get their flu shots.
Oh, absolutely.
still
You know,
have
and a
to
lot of
get
people have these
Absolutely,
theories and whatever about it, but
I've
it really
avoided
is a
that for
smart
the
thing
past
to
few
do.
years, and then this year I got so sick. I was like, maybe I should have.
Yeah.
This is the first time ever that
It's-
I've kind
yeah.
of second thought that.
Yeah.
Well, this brings up another question, because if it is by contact, could gnats carry Ebola or flu?
Oh gosh, I hope
Could
not.
you get a flu-ridden gnat on you?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, because I
terrible.
hear,
I
hope not.
Yeah.
I hear they have spent so much money on salt last year that they could do nothing about gnat
Is
eradication
that what
this
it
year.
was?
Is that the
Is that what
reason?
that's what-
There is a gnat problem
Really?
this year. for
There is a gnat problem.
I'm outside on a football field
By your
every
nose
week.
and your-
They're
and
in
they
your
bite.
mouth. They
They
do bite.
really
Oh, I'm
hurt.
covered in
Yeah.
bites. Covered. And I mean, and I, you know, I'm getting used to the bites now. But when I first was being outside all the time, I'm not an outdoor dweller. I stay inside. So when I went outside, they feasted on me.
They're-
I looked
but they're
like I had
them too.
like a skin
everywhere.
disorder.
We often have them.
Seriously, these big, huge lumps, and they're red
Yeah.
and purple. It looked like bruises. They were
really
awful.
I
hurt.
didn't know that gnats bit. I thought
They
they just
do.
got in your
No, no,
hair.
they, they get in your
And they go in your mouth. Like if
Yes.
you open your mouth to speak, they will shoot right.
Yeah.
I choked on a gnat. I swear it was chewing on my tongue. Yeah, I choked on it for like an hour.
You know the thing, if you put your hand up,
It was
it's
easy.
supposed to keep them away?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's supposed to.
I'm
the
walking around with a
highest point,
flag wrapped around my
you
head
put
trying to
your hand
keep
up,
them
they'll
away.
attract your hand.
Really?
But of course, you look ridiculous walking all around the world. with
Forget
your
about
hand
it.
up.
We have a
No.
home viewer calling on. Perhaps they can shed some light on this gnat problem.
Oh, it's about the
Please.
gnat.
Hello, welcome to That's What She Said.
Hello, that's what she said, family.
Oh, you're in agriculture. What can you tell us about the gnat problem?
Well, they are They are terrible this year.
Yes.
Well, we've already established that.
I have the bites to prove that.
How did your flight go to, you're in Ohio?
No, I'm in Iowa.
I said that. That's what I said. I was right. I thought I made
why are
it up.
you in Iowa?
I am in Iowa until Saturday for the World Food Prize and Global Youth Institute.
Oh my God.
That's exciting.
That sounds
Yeah, I'm
fabulous.
gonna hobnob with some really smart people. Hopefully they'll think I'm smart.
I'm sure
You're
they
totally
do.
smart.
Thank you, did you, for our...
We love the
for our
pumpkins.
pumpkins
It's
and
perfect.
such.
Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm live streaming you right now.
Yeah, so it's working tonight?
I think so. I muted you right now, so I don't know if it's.
What do you mean you muted me?
I
don't wanna hear
lagging
yourself?
A couple seconds, but what?
Anything to ask Nicole about?
Iowa, wow, never been there.
I don't know, me
Never
neither.
thought of
it.
Can't even think of a question to ask.
Yeah, like what is it?
Now, Iowa is a big flat state. Where in Iowa are you?
I am specifically in Des Moines.
Where is that on the mitten? Never mind, I guess that only works for Michigan.
My state geography is terrible. But no, it's a beautiful state so far from what I've seen. All
No
the
rain?
land.
Now is baby David with you?
No, baby David is in Pittsburgh with my family, so I am missing him like crazy.
Oh, baby.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
he's missing you.
I hope so. Well, he's getting spoiled to the gills right now, so I don't think he
Well,
cares.
that's
He's
true.
not thinking
yes.
about anything.
Yes, he couldn't care less. You stay in Iowa.
Yeah.
Let me stay with
He's
Granny.
Aw.
Good talking to you, Nicole.
Indeed.
Hurry back.
Yeah, same to you. I miss you guys, and I'll see you in the studio next month.
Love you.
Excellent. Miss, you have a wonderful time at the conference.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Uh,
Bye.
Bye. Oh, my goodness.
Aw.
Well, she certainly didn't help us out about the gnats, did she?
No.
Well, she just kind of reinforced what we did
around
this
this year.
idea. We were right, the gnats are bad.
Yes, we have gnats. We have bad
We already
gnats.
knew that.
Oh, well.
The gnats are bad. She was right.
What are gnats? Are they?
They're
Are
just
they?
little baby tiny flies.
I mean, are they their own thing, or are they going to become something when they grow up?
I hope not.
I think that's
Well,
as
that's
good
what
as
they
I
are.
can
They're
get
their
for
own
'em.
thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just little like fruit
gnats are
flies.
gnats.
They're
Yeah.
gross. They're stupid.
So when you're having a
They
bad
live
day,
like
think how bad it would
They
be if
are.
you were a gnat. Right?
They're horrible.
Well, we do have this.
That was as good as it was going to
Maybe
be.
that. Maybe that'll be my Halloween costume. I'll go with a
A
gnat.
gnat.
But since we do have that holiday coming up, what are you going as? I'm going as a. How's that?
I didn't even
I
think
am
about
not.
that.
Look at that.
I didn't have a reason
Is it in
to.
2
coming
weeks?
up.
It's in 2 weeks, isn't it?
3.
3?
No, 2.
2.
Oh.
2 from this coming weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2.
Well, I don't know.
Did you go to the Halloween parade in Temple?
I did. I marched in the parade.
You did. That's
you?
right.
I sure did. My kids were in the
We
parade.
sort of watched from our dining room window.
All right. They were
Temple
lined
Halloween Parade is just amazing
It
because
was
it's
so
the
much
first
fun.
weekend in October. So it is a Saturday. People start putting their chairs out on the Kutztown Road 8 days before
What?
the parade.
8 days.
8 days before.
Wow.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
That's serious.
Lined
They're
up.
hardcore about
They
this
are.
parade.
Yeah.
It's really a family tradition. All those people who've lived in Temple and have grandchildren that come back. It
was
really
really
pretty neat,
fun.
yeah.
It was a lot better than the Reading parades. There's nobody on the
know,
streets,
I
and
know.
but this one, I mean, the kids were feeding off all the audience.
Yeah,
They
that's
loved it.
Wonderful. Now I know you're getting better about holidays.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to hand out candy at your house?
I'm not because I have a football game that day. So
Ah.
if I was home, I probably would.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
I
you wouldn't lock the door and turn
no,
out the light.
no, I would hand out
Good.
candy.
Oh, my
Although,
goodness.
the one year I did buy candy, like I live in an apartment complex. People don't really come knocking on our door.
Me neither.
Like
I'm
the
in
local
country,
kids,
like,
yeah.
You buy
There's nobody
candy that you
walking.
like, so
I
you can eat it
I
afterwards.
do. Of course, hello.
See,
I've never met a candy I don't like, so.
Kirk is always complaining that Jamie buys crappy candy, so that.
Is there such
the
a thing
kids-
as crappy candy?
Oh, there is.
There is?
Oh, there
I
is.
am not fussy. I love it sweet. I will eat it.
that.
I have no issue with any candy. That's a bad thing. But I have all my teeth, so it's all good.
There you go. Are you doing anything for Halloween?
No, I can't say that I am. I'm on call at the hospital.
Oh.
But don't you wear a nice little Halloween outfit for the
Like
hospital?
a fancy, sexy nurse.
No, I can't do that, nor would I want
So if you showed up in like fishnets, that would be an issue?
My doctors would definitely not know how to handle that.
And gigantic heels and fishnets. What? I'm here. I got this.
Remember those old movies, Carry On Nurse, those British movies? Did you ever see those? They were
no.
very bad.
Sure. And what
Very bad.
are you going to serve candy at your house?
We
do. You
do.
get
We
trick-or-treaters?
get dozens and dozens.
You're in a
and
good
dozens
spot.
because people who live in Reading don't really have places for their kids to go safely, they feel, and they bring them out. Carloads come out, and we're kind of the
Oh,
first
that's
stop.
nice.
They are so polite. They bring their children, they stand at the end of our walk, and the kids come in. The kids are adorable. Every child says thank you. And they're,
Sweet.
but I mean, we ran out of candy last year, and I had bags and bags of candy.
Hey, you have a garden. You can start picking
I
tomatoes
know.
and stuff.
Well, we had to pick the tomatoes that were along the street because they also
People
make
would
good
throw
throwings, I
them.
think.
Oh my gosh.
when
But
you ran out
I
of
like
candy.
Halloween.
Sure.
Yeah,
When you run
we
out
like
of candy,
Halloween.
the lights go off, you go up.
And the
upstairs.
tomatoes start flying.
Right.
Right.
You gotta serve good candy
Right.
if you're gonna have that going on in the front yard.
Indeed.
Yeah. I always cut a pumpkin. I always carve a pumpkin, and
I have to
it's fun.
get a
Yeah.
pumpkin. I need to make seeds.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a white pumpkin that I grew in my garden
Oh,
this year.
really?
Cool.
It's a little bigger than those. I can't decide if I'm going to carve it or use it for dinner. It's
Now you're talking my style.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now. Does Philip at the restaurant cater to trick-or-treaters? I can't imagine that he does.
No, well, he's usually working.
He's cooking. He's busy.
That's the excuse there, but yeah. But actually, he's serving a dish in the restaurant right now that's in a pumpkin.
I saw a picture of that. That looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, bakes it in the oven and puts
Oh my goodness.
cheese and roasted pork and the seeds
Oh.
and bread and
I need that.
you need to
Posty
come and
Barry,
need to make a
Barry's
visit.
listening
Be on,
to
I
this,
think.
and we'll be there.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
can we
and it's
film
a
there
lot.
again?
Like you'll go home
Oh,
with
really?
leftovers.
Wow.
Oh my gosh,
So
it's
the big old
ridiculous.
pumpkin full of
Wonderful.
deliciousness.
Flops a big old pumpkin right.
Oh
in
my
front of
gosh.
you.
Wonderful.
I need
goodness.
that. I need that pumpkin. Tell him, please. I
He
love
needs a
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
I need that. I need that pumpkin. Not to say that
You know what my
pumpkin that
real
she's talking
my
about.
Halloween fetish is, and I hate to admit this for all you Weight Watchers, fellow Weight Watchers out there. You know the really awful pumpkin cappuccino that they sell at like my favorite Wawas and so forth.
You mean the
They're
Uh-huh.
really
pumpkin
awful.
cappuccino that I love so much?
Me too.
Okay, I really love
If you
it.
could use a spoon.
Yeah.
I crave that stuff.
So do
And it's
I.
got all kinds of terrible calories in it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
So I bought
powder.
some-
It's like
I
powder
bought
mix.
some pumpkin pie spice and thought I would make my own. No.
No.
Yes.
No.
You don't
They
have, no.
It's not
they have
thick and
special
gooey and
chemicals that,
disgusting.
make that all
It's full
delicious.
of chemicals. It's just.
Yeah, it's like
But I
dehydrated
crave it. I saw
syrup
the
in that
sign on
powder.
Turkey Hill the other day. We have, and I thought, oh, I can't do this.
Here we go again.
just
Oh my
love
I
it.
gosh.
actually haven't had
I
one of
love
those this
it.
year. Actually, I'm getting the move on
From our
Wrap it
producer.
up.
from the
Oh, what? No more pumpkin?
But it's time for surprise topic
Uh-oh.
with Corinne.
You're up, kid.
Yay!
Scary.
Well, actually, this goes perfectly tied into our conversation that we were just having about Halloween. And I think it's great and lovely that we all talk about how we've celebrated Halloween or how we're going to celebrate Halloween. And I can't help but to notice, and I'm sure everyone has an opinion about this, but oh please, how do you guys think or feel about when you walk into Lowe's and Target and Walmart and these stores right now in mid-October and it's Christmas?
Oh, forget it. Come on.
I
That-
hate them.
I just.
We didn't even get to Halloween or Thanksgiving yet.
That's what I
Why are you
think.
shoving Christmas down our throats already?
I know.
I mean, I know
Just turned
we've gone-
October. Stop.
Right.
I know we've moved to this big market-based society where we have to sell, sell, sell. But I miss the days when I was a child when nothing about Christmas happened till after
After
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
And then it was a
Yes.
special thing. It's like you
Yeah.
had Thanksgiving, which was wonderful.
And then it's
And
officially
then,
Christmas
then
season.
it was Christmas.
And Thanksgiving is really late, but I heard last night the big news at the 11 o'clock news, the first thing that was important was that Macy's has decided that this year they're going to open their store at 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving night
Oh.
for Black Friday.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So
2
you're
hours.
gonna eat
This was
and then
part
you're
of
gonna
it.
go shopping.
It's
This-
2 hours
yeah.
earlier than last year when they open at 8 in the evening. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Some
I
people are
just
so
think that's-
hardcore. They will be lined
And
up.
the-
Oh, they will be.
Yeah.
The
That
crazy
was actually
hardcore
my
shoppers.
part two to my
Really?
mystery was how do we feel about people putting in workers having to work those hours? And I know there's people that want to
for the overtime
I
and
guess.
such.
I
extra
just-
money,
yeah.
but doesn't it take away from their holiday? They're not even
That should be
home
with their
celebrating it;
kids
they're
or-
working.
Indeed.
Is nothing sacred anymore? You know?
It's just
Of
money.
course, some would say that by 6 o'clock you've done with that. You want to get out.
Yeah.
But that's what movies are for.
Yeah.
Football games and beer and
Yeah.
all the good stuff that comes
Right.
after you eat, right?
Right.
Exactly.
So why do we think that it turned out that way? What if we're all like
Consumerism.
not for it?
It's become so traditional. I have friends who
They make a
traditionally
sport out of
pile
the
their
hunt that-
sisters and,
Yeah.
and mothers in the car and they leave early on that Friday morning. I guess maybe now they leave in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
but go out and I can understand that they have a whole day of shopping and that's really family. I don't know that they even buy that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a family activity.
But the idea of some of the trampling and so forth that's been done is the materialism is kind of scary.
Yeah.
I have a friend
Yeah.
who her entire family, they do it as an
Yeah.
event. They team up. They even wear T-shirts. Like they
And
make
that's fun.
T-shirts,
Yeah.
which I think is so funny.
That's fun.
And they do.
Yeah.
They go out and they
That's a
tag team
family
a
thing.
store together.
Yeah.
They get everything, and then they move
I
on
miss
to the
it.
next.
I just. Oh, whoop, whoop. He speaks from the corner. We have a tweet.
We can't see him.
Nicole is. I've just been ignoring him because we're having so much fun. Nicole actually updates us on gnats.
Oh.
They are
goodness,
usually
thank you.
the adult form and live only 24 hours to 3 days.
And they bite you 27 times.
Many
Yeah.
species don't even have mouths. Some species can bite. So we
Ew.
shouldn't.
So the ones
so
that
we shouldn't
bite
malign
live
all
here in
gnats, just the biting gnats.
Wow.
They live in Reading
Even
at the
have
Citadel.
mouths.
That's right.
On the football
They're all
field
in
at the
Berks
Citadel.
County.
They're all here.
The
And,
biting
and
ones.
Heather loves our ability to tweet. You'll meet her later. But thank you, Heather. We love our ability to tweet too. Now that I've learned how to do it, 'Cause it's a magical thing.
Technology
Well,
is
actually,
fantastic.
Speaking. Oh no, that's not Heather. That's a different Heather. That's never mind. That's Heather Adams, who is now heading BCTV, our lovely home. We love her, and thank you for watching the show, darling. Now we have Heather. Where's Heather?
Heather,
Yes, we're calling Heather up now. We have a wonderful guest tonight.
grab a glass of champagne before you
Grab
sit
a glass
down.
of champagne.
a little flat.
You may have noticed this
Put your
artwork
mic
around.
on.
This is Heather Foust, and I'll let her get pinned.
Let's see.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
So she's a friend of.
hear
I mean,
that?
she's now a friend of us all. But she is a friend, initially a friend of Martha's. So
Yes.
Martha, you should do the.
Well, I met Heather in a Friday morning meeting that she and I and her daughter and a friend of mine attend. And there's, first of all, just something friendly about Heather. There's something that's sort of magnetic, electrifying about Heather. And then I discovered that with all the other things I knew that I really liked, Heather's an artist. And she's brought some of her art.
Fantastic.
And she makes cards. She very generously gave each of us a pack of
Those are
note
awesome.
cards, which
Yeah.
I'm
I
going to
love those.
Yeah.
share with my
cute.
daughter because we write back and forth a lot to each other, even though we talk every day on the phone.
Oh, you have.
Her artwork has been in magazines, and some of the card companies have been interested in it.
Signed
Go
a
back.
contract with Hallmark.
And just signed a
wow.
contract with
Congratulations.
Hallmark.
Oh, well, congratulations.
So
That's fantastic.
That's huge, and it's going to be, my first card is going to be a Mother's Day card,
Oh,
which is
wow.
special.
Nice.
That's special to me.
So Heather, when did you get interested? How long have you been drawing and doing things
All my
always.
life, my mother and father were artists.
Oh, they were?
Yes.
It's in your blood.
Yes. Well, I think anybody can be an artist.
Oh.
Yes. I think you put your 10,000 hours in, and if you
Okay,
feel
maybe.
want to be creative, it all depends on whether you
So
want
did
to or
you,
not.
you took art lessons?
Well, my life was an art lesson. My parents.
Oh, your parents were
my
artists.
mother went to Syracuse University
Okay.
for art, so she was an art major. So every summer, every day, we
You
did
did art.
something. Something really cool like candle making or
that's
Oh, that
you
was
know,
so
pa-
fun.
paintings, whatever. She was just very
Wonderful.
creative. She sewed all our wedding dresses and
Oh,
my
my
dad's suits.
goodness.
And
That
It
was
was just
outside
amazing.
work.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my
my dad
goodness.
he's a carver. He doesn't carve it that much anymore. He's on Coumadin, so he can't do that. He'll
Okay.
bleed to death.
Right.
So,
Oh my God.
no little, not
Oh
a
my
good thing. So he draws. He's a wonderful drawer, and he's
Wow.
just amazing. So I kind of grew up that way, and all
Yeah.
my sisters.
So you have
and-
always done this?
Yeah, my daughter.
Must be
were
very
all-
sad. And I was going to say, Nellie is also a friend of mine that I've met in the same Friday morning meeting, and she's wonderful. In fact, we were sure that Nellie and Heather were sisters, not mother and daughter. Is Nellie also an artist?
Yes.
Is she?
Yes.
We never talked about that. I
She
didn't know that.
doesn't. It's kind of like me. I didn't show anyone until I was
Really?
like in my 40s. I
Really?
just really, people would go, "You're an artist?" I I was an insurance agent.
Oh
And I
my
think the internet
goodness.
really changed everything for me because I could put it out there and I didn't have to see their faces like
Without really putting
know,
it out there, like
oh,
you
that's
just did,
horrible,
but it's
you
like
know
an
what I
on,
mean?
yeah.
You could
Yeah.
put your name out there. You put your stuff out there, and just people
Let them react.
would
Okay.
react, and you get your likes, and then it just started going through that. That's how
Oh,
Hallmark
wonderful.
found me through the internet
That's
and
goodness.
Etsy.
Wow.
you know.
Wow, get out.
I have an Etsy shop, and they found that through there.
So the art that you brought today is,
Yes.
is some wonderful pictures, some
I love that
fascinating
one.
women and an owl. And tell us about the big one.
the big one
How
is
did that evolve?
that is something I've been doing that kind of with the hair like that for
Yeah.
years. And I kind of, we went to a thing with Oprah. We had a wonderful 2 weeks of travel,
you were
my daughter and I.
traveling,
We went
yeah.
to North Carolina, then we went to Newark to see Oprah. That was wonderful. And We Are All Made Out of Star Stuff was something that connected those two trips. The artist that we took classes from, the first trip, she was a plaster and caustic, which is wax artist, and she had the same saying about we are all made out of star stuff. You know, the what's his name?
I can't come up with it either.
Carl Sagan.
Yes.
Yes,
It was.
It's
okay,
it's
sure.
something he wrote. So I said I had to do a painting with something
It's
that
wonderful. I love her.
you know,
it's really
kind
awesome.
of.
So where can we locally see your things? I know you have a studio.
I have a studio, and I have some things at Hello Bluebird in West Reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I do have
All
some
right.
things there. I don't tend to do that because there's
Yeah, strings, stuff.
strings
Yeah,
attached.
yeah.
You don't get
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
take too much commission.
But people can find you on the internet.
on the internet,
Okay.
Facebook, Etsy is
Okay.
a
Heather Foust, F-O-U-S-T. It's not the Berks County.
oh.
F-O Foust. Foust.
Oh.
Foust. Right. Heather Foust.
Yes,
Your work
yes.
is just wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad I've gotten to know you and I could
Yes.
get you to come on the show.
Now,
This is awesome.
Now, why
Yeah.
is there? Well, a lot of these are
Portraits.
portraits.
Yes.
What is it about that?
Portraits are something that I started. When the one magazine that did a feature on me asked me, when I was a little girl, my mother, we would go to church, and my mother would, I was crazy, I'm just a crazy kid. So she would hand me a pencil and paper. And the one time I drew the minister, and he had these round glasses, and I must have done really something. I thought, and my mom was like, she started laughing, like, telling my dad, you gotta see this, So I kind of knew I could do a portrait.
See, if I had given my son paper and pencil instead of those damn bags of Cheerios when he went to church.
See? Yeah.
He could have been an artist too.
I know. And that's I really truly believe that everyone has it in there. They just have to tap into it. And that's really, my motto. And portraits are, I've always had a thing about women's faces. I don't do a lot of men. I did do one of my uncle that's pretty, he has a beard, and I made his beard out of, it's a self-help book, the lettering of the self-help, because I always said there's a poem in spite of, and he was one of those people that he worked hard and played hard. And I think that's the key to life, so.
That's why we see you at Friday morning center.
It's like hard.
Now, what do you do for Halloween?
What do I do for Halloween? We go to a party every year. Last year, we were Care Bears. One year, the girls were Care Bears, and my husband and his buddies were Clockwork Orange people.
There's a mix.
Care Bears and Clockwork Orange. That's weird.
Yeah, that's trippy.
That is trippy. Some nightmares of it.
Then the one year we were Kiss, and every year we do something.
Kiss, I love
We were the
Kiss.
Brady Bunch.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
We were the Brady Bunch.
That would be fun.
That was good.
Oh, well, it's been so wonderful having you with us. And
Heather,
one more time,
yes.
Heather Foust, F-O-U-S-T.
Heather Foust.
And we can
You can go on Etsy, which is ESTY, and just type in my name, Heather Foust.
ETSY.
Yes.
.com, and put in my name, Heather Foust. You can just Google me. I should come up.
Excellent.
Yeah, so.
Wonderful. And it's, I just love these pieces. They're so,
Thank you.
They're awesome.
they're
Thank
very
you very
cool.
Very
I love the
vibrant.
big one.
Thank
And
you.
now we have to do the obligatory short break. We'll be back right after.
Can you get everything you want in 5 nights? We'll be auctioning items for you and your family, plus craft, restaurants, sports items, and much more, Monday, October 20th through Friday, October 24th. New this year, all of our items will be available for bid online before and during the televised auction. When we're on the air, you can still bid by phone or in person at our new location on the campus of Albright College at 1900 North 13th Street in Reading. Call 610-374-3065 or log on to bctv.org for details.
And welcome to our October, that's what she said. Welcome back, I should say. We're having such a good time here. Again, Heather Foust was our artist in residence, at least for tonight. We also, I wanted to bring up, we have little Spong with us.
What is that?
He's a little
He's
glowy
soft.
thing that I found at a...
Oh, he changes colors.
He does. He's lovely at night, and I thought he was fit the
I like
the
him.
Halloween sort of.
That's really cute. What's his name?
I call him Spong.
Spong.
He comes from IKEA, so it had.
That's adorable.
Spong.
There you go. And the cats love him. They love to bat him around the floor.
I'll bet.
I don't know that that's good for him, but he seems
he's so
pretty,
cute.
He looks
pretty
happy.
indestructible. So that would actually work. We were talking about how could one bring tourists to Reading, and possibly a good IKEA store would,
Yes,
would work.
for
would have
sure.
people in here in droves, so they didn't have to drive to Conshohocken.
Yes, that would be a good thing.
Because who can type that into a GPS?
Conshohocken. How does the GPS pronounce it? You know,
Yeah.
GPSs have their own way of pronouncing things.
Yes,
I
but-
would love to hear that.
But I think people would come in droves if we opened an IKEA store. That would be wonderful. Now, I still think, now, because years and years ago, we had a gravity railroad. It was an amazing thing that went up the mountain and down the mountain. And it worked all on, of course, gravity.
My mother used to talk about
So-
being on that when she was a young girl.
And the route is, you can still hike the route. And given the railroad history of this area, I think it would be wonderful if they could somehow manage to rebuild that in some format.
Yeah.
And I think that would be wonderful. Like, people flock to Jim Thorpe for the
Right.
for the train rides and such. Can you imagine going on that little railroad up Neversink Mountain into the fall foliage? That would be delightful.
Would be pretty.
There's my suggestion. Build that railroad.
Yeah.
Yes,
What do you think?
All about the railroad.
definitely.
I saw they've now started, they hired a consultant, I'm sure at great expense, and I'm sure that's money well spent, but I think we shortchange Reading. I think people in the suburbs, and it bothers me when I hear people out in the suburbs say, "Oh, I never go into Reading. Oh, it's not safe. I'd never go into Reading." You know, and that's just not that's just
No. It's,
really
It's
not
not
true.
safe anywhere.
It's not safe. I mean, no, it isn't.
It's not safe anywhere.
And I just think Reading has so much to offer that we shortchange ourselves. We have people coming to visit, and we take them to King of Prussia to the mall. And that's such an exciting moment.
There's a lot of
Or we
things to
take
do
them-
in Reading.
Right, there
You
are a
just have
lot
to
of
look
things
for
to
it.
do in Reading. And we take them to Lancaster. Lancaster, I've seen the Lancaster commercials on television. If you haven't seen them, they make me want to go to Lancaster because they're excellent. And I don't know what Reading has that we're showing that's comparable to that. But I think I think we have so much that we really are shortchanging Reading. When we've had guests from out of town, and we've taken them around Reading and introduced them to some of the wonderful restaurants, some of the sites. I mean, who else has a pagoda in the middle of,
indeed,
you know?
there's that. Reading is full of wonderful, amazing
And
architecture.
I was going to say, the buildings, wonderful buildings. Drive down Center Avenue and look up. Look at all those double houses or row houses. Everyone is different.
They are different.
Everyone is different.
They're all cool. They're
Yeah,
all
and we
really
have students who are interested in architecture in our public schools. We ought to bring them in and have them study the architecture in Reading.
Indeed. This is a conversation that has been going on for decades.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why at some point we haven't come up with a solution. Or at least some fix, because it seems still to be not getting better. Right? And I think it's a shame because this is a wonderful, wonderful city. It's so close to everything, and it's a great central point that people could converge in and use as a home base to travel around. And we have to give them something that they want here to draw them here.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I think it's very sad because I'm of all of you, I'm the oldest one and can remember when Carsonia Park was a great place to go to, when there were 5 or 6 movie theaters within a block and a half on Penn Street. When
this used
going
to be-
into Reading was just a great treat. And it's changed. I think all inner cities have changed. That's
you
a
grow up
fact.
here?
I grew up here.
Really?
And
So you've seen it evolve
I've
and then
seen
go
it evolve,
down.
and I don't want to go back. We're not going to go back to that. We have to understand that society has changed, the city has changed. We have to make it something wonderful now, and not say
Something
yeah,
different.
but back in 1950
Well, we have
it was
to, I
like-"
think,
Yeah.
I
This
think
is
we
not
have to stop.
1950,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I think we have to stop building things that are come in for the evening
Yes.
and go
Yes.
away as soon as it's over.
Yes.
Be sequestered. I think it needs to be something that makes people want to be
But
in
you know,
this
we
city.
go to Jazz Fest, and last year we sat near people. We started hearing conversations behind us. People who had come from Long Island for the weekend. They'd done this for years for Jazz Fest. They stayed at one of the local hotels. They don't get a whole list of things to do.
They just
I don't
wander
think
around and do things.
because we told them about West Reading and how wonderful it was, because they were looking for places to eat. And with all due respect to Applebee's and all those places, there is West Reading with all these wonderful boutiques and wonderful independent restaurants and bistros. And they were thrilled to know about it, but nobody told them about that. And I think we're missing the boat. People come to Jazz Fest from all over the East. We could really, and one of the people said, I'd like to come back here other weekends. You know, I'd like to come back and really visit this area.
And now with a somewhat uncomfortable segue,
Sorry.
our friend Kirk is up in Allentown currently, not in Reading, but up in Allentown currently doing a production of Young Frankenstein. And let's see if we can do the. We're going to try that live remote thing. So let's see if we can
Young
contact him
Frankenstein.
through the wires. Hello, Kirk? Are you there?
There. Are you there, Kirk? Yes, Jane, I'm here. Now tell us where you are. We're in Allentown, the upstairs, the rehearsal hall of Allentown Civic Theater, getting ready for Young Frankenstein. And there's Old Frankenstein right there. That's Bob, and he's wonderful. And Francesca is doing his makeup. Well, so Bob, I guess you can't speak because you're getting your face schmutzed. But if you can, tell us, are you enjoying doing this role?
Very much so. Very much so. The movie was one of my favorite films growing up. My family loved it, and it's very exciting to be a part of this. Yes, I'm enjoying it immensely.
I've never seen the movies. Why do you look so ghastly?
Because I'm a corpse dug up from the ground and reanimated.
Well, that explains it. So let's can you move in there closer, Kirk? Sure. Yeah. Yep. How's that? Oh, that's lovely. He just looks frightful. Looks like me after a bad night out. So when does this play, or is it a musical?
It is a musical.
Oh, wonderful! I love musicals. So when is it?
It opened yesterday, and we run through October the 26th.
Excellent. And this is Allentown Civic Theater, and that's in Allentown on 19th Street. It's a wonderful theater. I've been there. Would you like to say hello?
Hi.
Hello. Now tell us about you, because you're kind of fascinating in that beautiful schmuck
Oh,
of yours.
God.
It's lovely.
I'm going to homecoming, and that's why I'm dressed
Oh, well.
as such.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And are you having fun with this makeup? You can continue.
I am having a lot of fun with
I
this
don't want to
makeup.
hold you up.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
having a
yes,
lot of
Jane.
fun with
We're moments away from having to not be on camera. So, I just thought I'd pop in for a little bit and say hello. So it's Young Frankenstein at Allentown Civic Theater, or Civic Theater of Allentown, I'm told, on 19th Street, playing now. Who knew? Through October 26th, and it's, I believe, what's the website, Kirk? It's www.civictheatre.com. Thank you, Kirk, and thank you, Bob and Francesca. It's been such a wonderful time visiting with you, and have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye, Jane. Back to the studio.
Well, that was exciting.
Jane, I'll bet that's a great show. The film was just
Oh, I
hilarious.
love the film.
hilarious.
It was so much fun. Jamie, I think, went to see the show already. He didn't invite me along, but perhaps I'll manage to get myself up there at some point. Thank you, Jamie.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. He went to see Hairspray without me, too. That's fine. I'm not bitter.
Whatever.
Whatever. Things just happen, and I either get along or I don't. I have no idea what I'm saying. But we do want to say, and now officially in the show, Big welcome to Heather Adams as the new executive director of BCTV, and replacing. She has big shoes to fill from Anne Sheehan, who was a wonderful and marvelous woman. But I'm sure she will fill them with grandeur and aplomb.
Absolutely.
And
Welcome.
welcome to the madness.
Welcome.
And thanks for watching. Now, there's something, and Jamie just handed me this, so I don't know about. There's something about a football team being suspended for hazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
in New Jersey. You know, but I have, you know, I think maybe we have run the gamut with American football, with all the stuff that has been going on. I'm just tired of it. This hazing incident
Yeah.
in New Jersey, hazing on high school football teams isn't something new.
No.
No, and it's
tell
not
you,
just football teams,
It has
it's all kinds of things.
exactly.
Definitely.
The things, and I only heard one news broadcast where they went into graphic detail as to some of the things that were being done to these boys. I would never even repeat
Gross.
them. They were really, really disgusting and gross. Probably worse than some of the fraternity initiations I heard
Ew.
about. I don't know. Maybe this is the kind of thing that just goes along with guys being macho in sports. But I was very happy to see that Penn State withdrew its offer to one of the players who's since been arrested, but they had already withdrawn their draft offer to him to come to play at Penn State. I'm sure Nicole will agree with. We Penn Staters don't
I
want
mean,
that
isn't
kind
it
of
enough
stuff.
that you're willing to go out there and get a concussion on
Yeah,
a daily
well,
basis?
I mean, and
Yeah,
that's
right?
that's exactly the thing with all this business about concussions.
Yeah.
It's just, and then we hear about the domestic violence and the child abuse.
Yeah.
I'm not in any way being soft to that, but when you put people out in the field week after week and you pay them bazillions of dollars to go at each other as hard as they can, I don't know, because I have never
just
done
gonna
anything.
be
Can we
naturally
turn that
aggressive,
off?
yeah.
I mean,
It's
I don't know
hard.
what testosterone does, but can you just turn it on and off
Well,
like
I think
that?
I think it,
I don't think
there's
so.
got to be some carryover.
And we start
Yeah.
early on. We start with these little kids with their uniforms at an early age, and
But where did we come up with this concept? Well, it's that because it seems less prevalent in Europe. The whole we have to be manly men.
see, I'm wondering, does this
American
happen
thing.
with soccer players?
Well, no, I think it's. I mean, I think it's something a lot of young men are brought up with. This whole be a man sort of.
Be tough.
Be
Yeah.
tough.
Beat up your women.
Indeed, and I just wonder if it's just what is it about we Americans that. Is it this independent pioneer spirit where we're tough, except the women were just as tough as the men?
But you know, I mean, we're all sitting here, and none of us feel this way. So I hate to say it's Americans. We're Americans.
Well, we're also
My
women.
children
I was
weren't
gonna
raised.
say, yeah.
No, but my children weren't. My son is not was not raised that way. Doesn't have that mentality, and he's a manly man, or whatever that means. I don't know. I just the stuff that's going on with the football team. They canceled their season, and so there's been a lot of complaints because that means that the cheerleaders and the color guards and the flag bearers and the band and their season's gone. I don't know how fair that is. There's part of me that says, you know, that's kind of how life is. People screw up and we all suffer for it.
Well, I think that's an important lesson because
I
so
do too.
frequently it's
Your actions don't impact other people, and then
Exactly.
when they do,
And
it's
they
like,
do.
indeed.
That's how you realize how serious.
But I
what
wondered
he
how
does.
you would feel. Suppose they, you know, because you're directly involved with an activity that's
Yeah, with its football
yeah,
related.
it's what happens if something would happen that they just cancel the whole season at Reading High?
Well, you know, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you and your girls and your team
our
would
season
be
almost
really
got
upset.
canceled last year,
That's
but
right.
through no
That's
fault
right.
of the football
That's
team.
right.
But so I get it, yeah, and it would be
Yeah,
it would be
it's very
upsetting, and the
tough.
kids would be upset. So it's a lot of hard work that goes into this.
That some of the
stuff.
things they were doing were unbelievable.
Well, that's
Where do they come
that's
up
a
with
shame.
that?
I think we should all strive to be decent people in life.
Kind.
And
Maybe kind.
Yeah.
considerate of others, and
Yeah.
I think the world would be a lot more pleasant if we could all kind of grasp for that no matter our differences, we're all alive and here and sharing this little blue orb.
And the same. We're not really different.
No, we're not different at all. What is it? We're all pink under the skin.
Do you think?
Everybody's pink.
Do you think we spend in this society that wants to leave Thanksgiving table at 6 o'clock to go to Macy's and see how much we can buy at Best Buy for something cheap? And do you think we are spending too much time thinking about ourselves?
Oh, I think
And
that's
if we
become an
spent
American
more time
pastime.
thinking
For
about how
sure.
you felt and how you
Yeah.
felt, I would have to worry less about my own guilt conscience because I would be worried more and concerned
What
about you. I
everybody
think
else
we're
felt.
becoming very internalized in our outlook, and
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. I just think we ought to look at. It's such an amazing life and an amazing country. And my
It is.
God.
I mean, it's the world is an amazing, wonderful place, and we should all be thankful as
Yeah.
heck to be
Yeah.
part of it.
This
we are-
show is, we have fans who come up to us on the street and say, "Oh, I watch your show. It makes me laugh."
Good.
We
because
don't mean
we're
to be
here make you
sarcastic.
laugh.
We want to make you laugh. Somebody said to me a couple weeks ago, "There's too much serious stuff on television. I love watching your show. Don't get any more serious."
Well, here's something fun. Apparently, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about this, but life expectancy went up considerably last year.
I'm thrilled.
Oh, there's something.
I'm thrilled too.
Yeah.
Indeed. I plan to live to 113.
Me too.
So,
Wow.
Absolutely. I want to live forever.
yep.
Hey, I didn't think I'd make
I
it
want
to
to learn
30,
how to
so
fly high.
I'm just glad to be here.
It
Yes,
just gets better and better. I
It
mean,
does.
it creaks
Yeah.
and groans and things work less efficiently, but it's
But you
getting
find ways
crunchy
around
as you get
it.
older. Yeah,
I mean, you get up in the morning and you look at the sun and you think, my God, what a wonderful time
you bet.
to be alive.
You know, and at my state of my age, I have a friend who said the great part about being retired, which I am semi-retired, is to be able to say, I don't want to do that. I don't have to give a reason.
I said, I don't want to go to
I want
work.
to do that now. Yeah.
I don't want to go to your
time.
party. I don't want to go.
retired, I gotta do that.
I feel like I don't have to
I
give
gotta
a
do
reason.
it.
I don't want to do
great.
it.
I love
It's
it.
wonderful.
I'm just going to start
Yeah,
using
that
that.
freedom is.
As you do it, whatever you didn't want to.
Oh,
I
my
earned that. You don't get to do that. You're too young.
Yes, I think we should all go out and do something fun.
I do too. Driving
Yeah.
would be fun.
Do something fun just for yourself once a day.
Yes.
Whether it's snort loudly in public because something makes you laugh, or go out and have a drink, or just skip down the street, you should do something fun.
Absolutely.
Because-
and laugh a
Because you
lot.
owe it to yourself to
Or hang out
enjoy
in the
this
studio
life.
with your friends, drinking
Indeed.
champagne.
Hang out.
and cookies. This is pretty fun.
Let Martha try to open your champagne.
Martha's been 2 for 2 with bad luck with
Let
shots.
Martha throw your champagne to the
flat.
ground. Well, I do want to, before we have to leave, I do want to say there's some, we mentioned Dutch,
Young
Kirk at
Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein, opening this weekend, the lovely Becca Snyder in Carrie at Genesius Theater. That's
Yes, she's gonna be
Another
amazing.
good Halloween treat. Based on the
She's gonna be
Stephen King
awesome.
novel. That's going to be amazing, and I hope I can get to see that. And continuing at Dutch Apple is Crazy for You, which is a wonderful Gershwin
Yeah.
singing and dancing and tapping thing. So that's all exciting, and of course, Young Frankenstein continuing. You should go out and see them. That's something fun you can do for yourself. Take yourself to a show. Make yourself smile and
See live theater.
see
A lot
live
of good
theater.
shows on
There's nothing
right
like
now.
it. It's not enough to watch us. You need to go see live theater.
Yeah.
Because we're live, but we're not that live.
We're only live for today.
We do want to let you know that our next show is Wednesday, November 19th. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we will be here in our studio, I think.
I like it here.
I do. It's
It's
cozy.
cozy.
It's very cozy.
Corinne likes it. She knows what's going on now.
And as always, we want to
Happy New Year.
thank our wonderful BCTV crew, Joanne, John, Joan. What am I saying? How long have I
my
known you,
goodness.
Joanne?
We need name tags.
No, I know it. I just said Joanne. I looked at the. I don't know why I'm even looking at this. Joan, John, Jennifer, and Scott. who make this magic. What?
It even says Joan on
Amber.
the paper.
Amber.
Oh my gosh.
It says, oh, I thought you said Jennifer.
Amber.
Where are you, Amber? I'm terribly sorry.
Amber.
And we
We
and
love
thank
you,
you
people.
to Heather Foust, and welcome to Heather Adams. And we'll see you next time on November
19th.
19th. Bye.
Bye.